Hello folks, and welcome back to my channel, the Scottish Model Railway Guy. Now, I'm not in my usual place, as you can see. What I'm going to be working on today is these little fellows, and I'm going to show you how, with a really cheap 10U light, you can bring a bit of life to your model railway layout. So this is taking it to the next level. What I've focused on before is scenics. But you know, the lights are going to be part of the scenics, and I'm learning this as I go. What I've got here is a little light, 3 volts, that I got from 10U. This is a voltage stepper. It was pretty cheap, £3 I think it was, and it takes in 12 volts from the Hornby controller and outputs 3 volts. And then you imagine coming into this board, and you can take off as many lights as you like in the positive and negative, or the red and white wires. What I've done here to simulate is a couple of batteries, 1.5 volts each, gives you 3 volts when I put them together. And if you've never done anything like this before, I'm going to show you how to. So hang on, I'm going to show you first of all how to bootlace the wires, because I don't know if I can get that in focus because it's so fine, but you can see there's just a little bit of exposed copper there, very tiny. So I'm going to show you how to do that, so hang on. So what is a bootlace? Well, this is for a bigger wire, but I thought it'd be much easier to focus on. Effectively, you put your wire through there with the exposed copper at the end, and then you squeeze here. Now you can actually do that without having any special tool, but if you do have one, and this is the sort of thing you would need. Now, this full kit of bootlaces, a selection of bootlaces and the tool, was £20 from Amazon. Just to demonstrate, you would bring that in there, give it a quick squeeze, and you can see what it's done there. Now I'm going to do that exact same thing with one of the wires from here. Don't know if you can see, but there's a tiny bit of exposed copper there. Not enough for my liking, because you want it to take up a fair portion of what you're crimping. So I'll show you how to strip that back, and we shall take it from there. Now I think with this one you can see how little is exposed there. You're looking at about 3mm, no, maybe 5mm tops. Not enough for my liking. So I'm going to get a set of side cutters, very lightly grip it and then pull. Now I think you can see there's more came there. I'm going to give it a wee twist around. And the reason for that is these actual size bootlaces for this are tiny. So to get them in, it's quite difficult. Now you can see, if you look very closely, it's just poking through the end there. And that's where I want it. I'm going to draw it back just until it's right at the end. And then I'm going to get my crimp tool, like I showed you before, which is like that. Put that through there. Give it a crimp, rotate it 90 degrees. Give it another crimp, and then I'm going to do a gentle pull test on it, not much, because yes, of course you could pull that straight out there if you chose to. And then it's going to be a case of repeating with the other side, which I'll see if I can do it quicker. Get more exposed copper, did I? Didn't actually that time. And this is where it gets a bit sketchy. Yep. Got exposed copper there. Twist it round. The little bootlace fell, and I've written that here for you, so you can Google it if you choose. Now you've came this far, you must be interested either in electronics or model railway layouts, and that's great. Now if you want to see more stuff like this and see my journey with this layout, Just going to get that just through no more and then pinch it. Then please do subscribe. There's plenty more like this coming. And as my hobby grows, then you'll get to see more and more stuff like this. So the next steps after this one, so that's me effectively put bootlaces on that. The next steps after this one is to actually say, okay, I've got 12 volts coming from my Hornby controller. I'm going to take it out, put the 12 volts in, sorry, 12 volts in, 3 volts out. I've then got this whole, what would effectively be a bus bar, as 3 volts, and then I can take each light, positive and negative, off that and onto my layout. And I'll show you how to do that. Now this is part 1, I'm showing you how to do the basics of getting your bootlaces in the right condition. In part 2, the video that will follow this is going to the next step. But for now, if I was to put 3 volts either side, this would light up, which would look a little bit like that. Exact same thing. You can see that I bootlaced on the end of that and sellotaped it on just to demonstrate. So that's just simulating what you would see coming out the back of this, and 2 wires coming in from the Hornby controller. So I hope that helps. Like I said, you've came this far and saw how we did that. Please do throw me a like if you enjoyed that, or if you choose to subscribe, it would be appreciated, and that way you can get to follow everything else I'm doing. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. Thank you.